Let's go.
And hello, fellow heroes. I'm Action Smacchan, the two-in-one hero made up of a virus from the 70s and a guy who likes to play things. I'm here with my pal.
Blue Infinity 22.
Yeah, so Blue, what have you been playing lately, buddy?
Lately I've been doing what is it? Pokemon Stadium. I finally got to doing the speedrunning for it. Mario Golf and the Neuralink, which was a spin-off of Girls Frontline.
Ooh, you've been busy. Way busier than last time, I swear.
Yeah, I did buy Stellar Blade that I want to try out as well.
Ooh, I want to try Stellar Blade. It has a cute girl.
Yeah, like it from what I hear, because I try to avoid watching too much stuff on it to kind of go in blind.
Mm-hmm.
Is that because it's by the developers who made Nikke, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
And the gameplay, from what I hear, is kind of like Bayonetta, Nier Automata, and there was a third one that people compared it to. I want to say like Devil May Cry.
Yeah, it sounds kind of
like a mix of that.
Yeah, it sounds kind of Devil May Cry up that alley, stylish, kind of hack and slash.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh, that sounds great.
Well, you know me, I kind of just want to look at the cute girl, and it definitely has Eve. That's her name, right? Eve. Mm-hmm. She's a cute girl. Eve. She has a lot of outfits.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool art of like her with 2B from Nier Automata. Ooh. Yeah, and so it's really cool because people have been really comparing the two, and so having the two characters, they'll do like outfit swaps between them, and it's been really like a lot of really talented artists. But I guess like in the Nikke community in general, like a lot of artists have been really producing quality.
Really quality. No, I could appreciate that.
How about yourself? Were you able to start playing anything?
Let's see here. Again, I'm still kind of going on with my blue reflectionless depression, but so I haven't really been playing anything consistently, but I have been trying to like turn on other games, like because I just keep on buying stacks of games and just throwing my money away. But I've started playing some Ease games. I got Lacrimosa of Donna.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ease 8. Yeah. Ease us.
Yeah, I thought it was being set up for a second. I was like, do I ask?
Is he gonna do it to me? Is this a real game?
What's it called?
Ease, it's like YS.
Oh, that's how you pronounce it? I've never pronounced it that way.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like Ease. No wonder you're all like Ease, huh? Ease nuts.
Yeah, wow. I've played some of these. Yeah. I always pronounced it yes.
Oh, I guess you could kind of pronounce it that. Yeah. I never heard it pronounced that way though.
Yeah, I was always called it like Yeast 7.
Yeast.
Things like that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I played some of those on the PSP.
Yeah, no, it's pretty fun. I've only played it for like an hour.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've had a few people that really want me to like really get into the series outside of just like playing it the little bit I have here and there.
Yeah, but no, it does feel pretty good. Pretty good to play. The action RPG fighting goes by really smoothly. And
yeah, how long's it's been around?
Let's see here. Yeah, it's been around since like the very first Ease game.
80s.
Yeah, 80s. And you just kind of belly bump people or something.
It's about to have its 40th anniversary.
40th.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Goodness.
That's a series that has staying power.
But I think it just recently got some real traction with 8. I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Which is cool. The music, pretty awesome, I had to say. Yeah, but I'm not sure if I talked about this one last time, but I have been playing Touch Detective.
No, I don't think you brought that up.
Yeah, so Touch Detective, right? Came out originally on the DS, and I got it for dirt cheap over at GameStop. I had to have been around like $10. And the first 2 games came out here. But recently they released the 3rd game on the Switch. It is,
I see.
Yeah, it's Touch Detective Plus. And the plus in the title is the first 2 games. So,
I thought you were gonna go like, and the plus is the price.
no, it's actually kind of a steal, like all things considered, because it's actually a collection.
Yeah,
so,
it's like $13 per almost. Yeah, I'm looking at it. It looks really appealing.
Yeah, it's definitely up the alley of kind of those strange, kind of goth games that I used to really like back in high school. And high school, middle school, just kind of growing up. So it's definitely one of those strange Japanese games that don't really exist anymore. Like we definitely have like indie games that, you know, do kind of whatever they want, but like indie games are just, you know, some people doing stuff, screw the rules. But like if you think about it, like stuff like Touch Detective, things like Okage Shadow King, things like, you know, Katamari Damacy, they had to go through processes. They had to pitch those games. People had to go, give that money.
Yeah, the PS2 and DS era really had a lot of those kinds of projects that you don't really see as much anymore. Yeah,
exactly. But I used to really love Touch Detective. Definitely one of my favorite games on the DS, you know, Touch Detective 1 and Touch Detective 2. I finished replaying 1. I finished that pretty recently, and, you know, I had some really, like, playing through it, I realized that I have some pretty vivid memories of it, even though I've only played it once. Since having it. So really good time. I've started playing 2, but I realized that I don't have as vivid memories of 2 as much as I did 1, and I'm kind of curious why. But on the Switch, still plays pretty seamlessly. You could still use the touch screen, or you could actually use a controller. So it works pretty well.
It's one of the few things that I really miss about the Wii U.
Yeah, having like the option to kind of dual screen things.
Yeah, the gamepad really will do a lot.
That's actually
the most like obvious one is Mario Maker.
Yeah,
I thought it was like doing it on the Switch was so much less intuitive compared to the gamepad controls, because those were just phenomenal.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually one thing that I personally speculate about the Switch successor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it might have like a second screen. I think it would be a good idea for it to have a second screen.
I think it would if
you could detach it, right?
Yeah,
like it's a Switch. You could detach it, like it'll snap on and off. If you like snap it off, you could actually kind of use it like a Wii U gamepad. You know what I mean? Or you could snap it on and it'll be like a DS. And then they could preserve DS, 3DS, and Wii U games if they did that. Yeah,
if they do go through with like the successor being kind of like 3DS, where it's backwards compatible with like every accessory in game basically, then I could definitely see that being something that would be pretty valuable.
Yeah,
because it could definitely help a lot with, because some games really feel that extra screen missing for some of the ports that they try to do. And so it'd be really nice to kind of see that, because it did feel like a lot of home console creativity that we would see a lot, like through the GameCube, Wii U, was kind of like, it kind of went back to a bit more basics for the Switch. Because they didn't really use the HD Rumble feature all that much.
Yeah, most things did not.
Yeah, so it'd be cool to see some of it, and they kind of left Labo behind as well pretty quickly.
Cool concept though. I thought Laba was a cool concept, but it was just too pricey. Like
Yeah,
$50 for some
I
cardboard.
did actually get it because my sisters were really into VR, and the PlayStation one was like triple the price of the Switch one.
Ooh.
And it worked really well. Like they had a ton of fun with it, and you could even design your own games. Like it lets you program games in the software. So it was really fascinating, like how well it actually did work, and it was compatible with like Breath of the Wild and Smash Bros.
Yeah.
So it is kind of sad that it didn't. It seemed like it didn't catch on, or maybe they just like they released it and they just didn't want to do anything more with it.
that is another thing, another risk in doing the dual screen thing.
Yeah.
It would like one of the Switch's strengths was that the third parties could just develop their games the same as PS4, Xbox for the most part. Like, of course, there's like hardware compatibilities, but it's like it's not like they're designing with a second screen messing up the resolution. You know what I mean?
Or the dev kits potentially being so radically different.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that was one of the issues. That was one of the things that actually led to Sonic 06 happening, is because the Wii was just so significantly different in specs and it's like what it was doing. That's why they had to split the team and they couldn't just port 06.
Yeah. So that could be a downfall if they did do the dual screen thing. But yeah, I don't know. I would still like to see it though.
Yeah, definitely.
Just because I love the DS, I love the 3DS, and Wii U still had some good stuff on it. Like if we could preserve at least like some of the WarioWare stuff, you know?
Yeah.
The Mario parties.
Yeah, because Game and Wario was so cool.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I made sure to like grab at least a download of it before the store went out.
Yeah, it's one of the best. Like I would whenever we would have like gatherings and stuff, and people would like ask about the Wii U. Like I thought the Wii U was like one of the best local multiplayer consoles like ever available. And Game and Wario and Nintendo Land are two of like the like best titles for showing off like stuff that could have been used on the Wii U.
Yeah, and they were fun. Those games were fun.
Oh yeah, like they were easily our most played, like in like groups.
Yeah, I definitely have memories of us playing it even.
Oh yeah, like, it's a lot of fun. Like I really enjoyed that console. It's like obviously the console itself had a lot of potential, since like the literal Wii U games are the best-selling titles on Switch. So like, obviously like the execution was the only issue, since like obviously the library was really solid, since everything on it is like the best-selling games on Switch. So, it's a shame that it never really did well, because it really had a lot to it.
Yeah, Nintendo definitely put some love into innovating for it.
It was the year of Luigi,
which I still love.
It was their first ever year of loss.
The real L. On that note, how about we go ahead and hit the topic? Let's see here. So, the days are getting longer, the sun is intensifying, and people are trying to chill at the beach after seasons of strenuous effort. The summer is upon us, and we can all use a good way to kick back and get with the vacation vibe, and video games are a perfect way to get in the mood for summer. So what games are capturing that summer feel? Blue, do you want to go first?
Sure. The one that absolutely always comes to mind anytime like summer hits is Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing!
The first time I played it was during a summer vacation, and when I think it was I was in like middle school or something during it, and my brother and I would literally sleep in the room with Animal Crossing over like the entire summer and just like do everything in it, like, and the insect noises, like they never quite matched what it did in the GameCube original.
Like, for the record, we are talking about the original GameCube Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, absolutely. And which is funny because I think it's with Wild World that it started with the sun being able to tan you. I can't remember if they did that in the GameCube one as well, but I know for sure in Wild World it did for the DS. But yeah, like just the cicada noises, like the insects, the fish, the beaches. You get to go to the island paradise that they called it, even though he was always trapped there. And just like that, like game just like really epitomizes a lot of it, because you really get to sit down and have like a whole other life while you're in the cool AC and getting to really enjoy a lot of like summer activities. And yeah, Animal Crossing definitely is one that always pops in, because like I said, yeah, like every future game never really like captured that the way that the original did.
It has a certain simplicity to it.
Yeah, so that one really sticks out.
No, I'm totally with you there, man. Especially with games like Animal Crossing, where it's just you chill out and you do these little tasks every day, kind of all day. Does make it pretty perfect for a kid during the summer, because like it doesn't really end, but like the fun is just kind of in doing the little stuff.
Yeah, and you can really show off your creativity as well to share with friends, because you can just pass the memory card over.
Yeah, passing the memory card over, doing the little town music, writing the notes, leaving things in front of people's doors. Oh no, I definitely agree. There was just a certain sort of magic in that original GameCube version, and to me, and maybe it's just the nostalgia talking, the music stands out especially, you know.
Oh yeah, the soundtrack was completely unique on the original. They never went back to it.
Yeah.
Wild World was the start of I think it might have been just a different composer in general. Well, maybe not. But like the whole, like the way that they went about it completely changed, and they just stuck with that one through City Folk, then added a few new ones for New Leaf, and then they just kind of stuck with that style. They never went back to the GameCube one.
Yeah. So even if it is like, you could technically play the game all year, and you know, it'd probably be pretty fun to play the game all year, it's definitely a great game to play during the summer. So that's a great pick, man. But you know what, going off of that, I do want to go for another nostalgic title for my first pick, and that is going to be, and you're going to hear this game from me a lot because it means a whole heck of a lot to me, my guy. It's Kirby's Dream Land 3. And you know how much I love Kirby's Dream Land 3.
Oh yeah, its art style is so unique. Like they never went back to that.
Never. Nothing else looks like Kirby's Dream Land 3. Like they tried to maybe get, you know, some of the simplistic vibes, kind of with like Epic Yarn. But you know what? Yeah. Yoshi's Woolly World also looks kind of like Epic Yarn, but nothing really is scribbled like Kirby's Dream Land 3.
And when people like talk about like a storybook art style, like I feel like that one fits it better than any of the ones that would normally be considered like a storybook art style.
Yeah, storybook. Like Kirby really likes kind of likes his storybook stuff. Like they tried to do a little. They did it a little bit in like 64 with like the level decisions. And kind of like the way they present backgrounds and stuff.
Oh yeah, they did kind of draw because you used a literal crayon.
Yeah, with a little crayon. But you know what, that that is the Dark Matter trilogy. So you know, they had the same director. So you know, but nothing is quite like Kirby's Dream Land 3. And you know, there are non-summary stages, like it has its snow stages, and there's only so many tracks in the game. But like when they hit like the beach stuff and like the water, for some reason like that just like echoes throughout time for me and turns me immediately into a 5-year-old little Smacchan playing the Super Nintendo with my brother. When I see that literally, oh my god, it's like, so the use of layers in Kirby's Dream Land 3, like visually stunning. And like when you go inside that water that looks like plasticky candy that you used to be able to eat from a tube. When you get into those water stages and it has like the glitter on top in one layer and it's like moving, like that to me is what summer looks like. That's what summer feels like. That's what summer tastes like, man. Plasticky gel candy. from the 2000s.
Yeah, it's definitely a station that's like unmatched.
Yeah, so. And yeah, I said earlier that there's only a handful of songs in this game, like 6 maybe. An interesting thing, yeah, like you don't even notice because like because the way they use it, you can be listening to the same song during a summery stage as well as a winter stage, but the instrumentation in the songs give it this quality that works for both. So like when you're going through like the summery stage, the thing that feels warmest is the like trumpet sound, the trumpet instrument. Yeah. But they use the same exact song, but there's also like kind of like this kind of like an organ instrument that they have that fits perfectly with like the chilly weather. But it's the same song, the same exact song, just different sections of the song feeling accentuated by the different stages. And that's just something fascinating that I don't think I've seen in any other game.
Smash Brawl.
Maybe Smash Brawl.
Because they use the theme song with different instruments, like I think it's like 10 different versions.
Yeah, but that's like 3 different versions. I'm saying it's not a different version of the song. I'm saying it's the same exact version of the song. But when you're in different contexts, you start paying attention to different instruments. Yeah. Like psychologically, when you're in the summary one, you start feeling like the warmth of like the brass section. But if you're like in the wintry one, you start paying a whole lot more attention to the chilly kind of pipe organ.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. But yeah, definitely Kirby's Dream Land 3. That was definitely like one of the top games that I picked up when I really decided on this topic. I'm like, somehow I need to pick Kirby's Dream Land 3 because it does so well with all its theming that it could really just, I could choose it all year if I wanted to. But summer, I definitely played it during the summer with my brother in the hot room on a 8-inch CRT.
Yeah, and it's like it doesn't necessarily have to be like the game is about summer, but like just like people like, because I'm sure for some they would pick like Smash Brothers, like Melee, just for like those long summers where everyone's out of school, everyone's hanging out, spending time together, and just like playing Super Smash Brothers or Mario Kart.
Yeah, you could
like,
just
really
yeah, you could really chill with it and get with that feeling of summer.
Yeah.
Because you can't do it, all year round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's when everyone has free time.
I agree with you. So, what's your next pick, Blue?
Actually, like, I guess it's kind of in the same vein as how you picked Dreamland 3, because I was thinking like Yoshi's Island.
Ooh, Yoshi's Island!
Like, and you even kind of like extended a little bit into Yoshi's Story, because like it really focused on a lot of the tropical aspects, to the point of like Yoshi's Story is literally about getting all the tropical fruits you can.
Yeah, getting all the melons, all the fruits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like Yoshi's Island, just like it has such a great, like I feel like it had to have pushed the Super Nintendo to its limits, because like the like smoothness of that game, the gameplay being just completely seamless, and like the visuals, I would say probably the best on the console. Like it's absolutely mind-blowing what they were able to do with Yoshi's Island. Like it's like incredible, and it's also considered like one of the harder Nintendo games that they made.
It is a really good game. Like I have not played it in the past 20 years, but there are just some parts of it that just stick with you, just like that first level feels like summer.
Yeah, and like the music too,
the music is incredible.
Yeah, like just the first level where it's like it's softly, God, I can't even think of like the instrument, like would it be violins? Like it just slowly rises up and increases tempo, and then it just like the main game will actually hit you with like the main theme of it, and just I'm thinking the tutorial level and then into the first stage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, where it's just a slow rise in like the pacing of the song, and it's really like a wonderful presentation.
Yeah, and again, it is just a good song to lay back and just kind of listen to.
Yeah,
soak in the sun. Like if I were at the beach, I would not mind just like hitting up Yoshi's Island soundtrack.
Yeah, and it's obvious that the track has really stayed with people, because like when they tried to make Yoshi's Island for the DS and they just completely replaced the soundtrack, like everyone noticed, even though it was like 20 years later. like every single person in their, and then they tried to make a new one with Yoshi's New Island, and it like the original one just like really stuck with people, and like the quality really shows. Like I think even like the virtual console releases sold more than the attempts at sequels, because like it really had that staying power, and just a great presentation that they never quite went back to. Like it was just a gorgeous game.
And funnily enough, does kind of also have the sort of scribbly crayon coloring book aesthetic like Kirby's Dream Man 3. But you know,
literally use an eraser on the deleting a file.
Yeah. But of course, they're done to kind of a different effect, you know. Mm-hmm. Like again, I'd say Kirby's Dream Man 3 looks a little bit more laid back because it's like pastels. Right?
Yeah, more like a coloring book.
Yeah, but there's like something more saturated about Yoshi's Island.
Yeah, Yoshi's Island is kind of like a pop-up book.
Yeah, so the colors are a little bit more tense, a little bit more brighter, which does fit, you know, if we're thinking about summer, thinking about the sun and all those vibrant colors. Yeah. So yeah, oh no, another perfect pick, Blue. Gosh, you were on it. Let's see here. Another pick from me, and it's another obligatory thing that I have to talk about. I'm probably going to find a way to talk about this series also in almost every episode, but I'm going to talk about Me and My Katamari. Because I can talk about Katamari Damacy. But Me and My Katamari for the PSP, specifically this one, even though I'd say that, you know, every Katamari game kind of has the bright colors, the attitude that you would like to celebrate summer with. But Me and My Katamari does specifically take place during the summer. It is the summer getaway for the Prince of the Cosmos and his family. Instead of rolling up stars, you're kind of rolling up islands. You know,
but they're connected to the Earth.
How? They're just gonna make more. It's recycling, baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always had to talk about Katamari Damacy because I love my Katamari Damacy. It's up there in my franchises with Kirby. But if you want a Katamari Damacy specifically for summer, to get that good summer feel, to get that good summer beach feel, and just get that good dose of Katamari Damacy strangeness to make you happy, Me and My Katamari on the PSP. Give it a shot. You got anything else, Blue?
Yeah, one that came to mind, actually, as you were mentioning it, like talking about Katamari, is Ape Escape. Just about like any of them, really, like it really does work very well during the summer. And I remember growing up a lot of like summer breaks playing it with like Spyro and stuff. And then they had a multiplayer one that I played with a good friend throughout different summer breaks with Pumped and Primed, where you could really customize your characters and play as a lot of the other casts other than just the main characters. And yeah, like the games are just really fun with a lot of really creative environments that you really didn't get to see a lot of. And yeah, almost all of them had a pretty heavy like summer vibe with a lot of them, especially like the third one where they actually brought in like idol culture as well into it.
Ooh, idol culture.
Yeah.
That means I get to see the cute girls. I need to play this game.
Yeah, you even get to fight on one of the bosses on like an idol stage during a performance.
Ooh.
And if you pick the female character who's also a budding idol, she gets even harder because she gets very jealous. But it balances out in some of the monkeys actually recognize you and are your fans, so they just like become instantly like infatuated and they just like give up and let you catch them. So in like speedruns, we always pick the girl just because to make it feel like he's easy and you don't have to chase him. But the first game has a very distinct feel because it goes with drum and bass for the soundtrack versus the rest of the series.
There is something kind of summery about drum and bass.
Yeah, like I remember just like how intense a lot of the music can get, and it really gives a good feeling of like the summer season with it. Because like I definitely remember playing a lot of Ape Escape when we lived in a townhouse, and we would just have it on and during the summer breaks, and it'd be really fun. And yeah, a lot of the environment, stages, music, it just comes together very nice.
Yeah. Oh man, that's another one. That's another thing that is that would have a hard time coming into existence today, because Ape Escape is kind of in the same line of those strange games.
Yeah.
The goal is to catch monk.
Yeah. And
But,
they're really unique.
Yeah, and it is kind of a series that I did not end up delving into, strangely enough. Even though
It's the first ever
it
dual
sounds
shot
like
game.
yeah, it sounds like it would have been my jam. I feel like the only time I really played Ape Escape was like it had to either be at like a Walmart or a PX back when we were kids, when they would have like demos up.
Oh yeah, it was always on there. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's the only time, and it was pretty neat. Again, I feel like we could go into just like the 64-bit games and pull out a whole bunch of summary feeling things, because
That's true.
a lot of those games were really, had that summary saturated color palette to it.
Yeah.
Because
For sure.
it captures the attention. It grabs your attention. It makes you want to be in it.
Yeah.
And when you're a kid, you value summer, like the Holy Grail. So you're always looking. So you're always looking towards it, and looking for something to do in it. Mm-hmm. So I feel like we were targeted back then. Now when I'm thinking about it.
Marketing work.
Marketing, man. But speaking of childhood, once again, because we are talking a whole lot about nostalgia and stuff. But growing up, one of the things about you that I thought was kind of crazy, but also it was awesome, is the fact that you are insane at puzzle games, man. So I do have a puzzle game. There's actually maybe a couple, but one that I want to bring to you because I'm not sure if you heard of this one. Blue, have you heard of the game Kasiori?
I have not.
It is available on the Switch. You play as a bunch of soft-looking, cute girls, and it is a puzzle game with its own unique mechanics. It's pretty addicting.
Kasiori.
It's like Kasiori.
Let's see. Oh yeah. Wow, this is adorable.
It is absolutely adorable. The translation is ridiculous. So all of these girls say weird things to each other. There's like an arcade story mode sort of thing, and I don't know what's happening, but it's adorable.
The description is very funny too. It says, 3 sweets which are same and connected will disappear, and sweet in bottle be broke by other bottle fell on it.
Bottle be broke, boys.
Yeah.
That's me. That's my life. And it's really fun.
$3 right now.
$3 right now. You have no reason not to get it just like right now.
Yeah, I'll definitely.
But it's definitely fun. It's awesome for summer because it has that bright color palette. It's even a little bit more pastel. It has these cute girls. Sometimes they're in bathing suits. I don't understand the context of when they just start wearing bathing suits because I can barely understand. Because it's summer. I think. Because
One of
once
them is
again,
wearing
I
the
don't
cape
know.
on her head.
Listen, man, these girls embody candy. I don't know why, but they just are, and it's adorable. We should all play it. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I'll definitely.
It would be
it's
my
$3.
honor. It would be my honor, Blue, to have my butt kicked by you in Kasiori.
The one puzzle game that I just, no matter how hard I try, I cannot seem to get good at is, which is very sad because I think Sakurai had the same issues. Puyo Puyo. I still cannot get good at it. Yeah,
no way.
I've tried streaming because I streamed for a long time Puyo Puyo Tetris, and like Tetris, I could just like decimate, just blast through. But pro Puyo Puyo players, it's just so heavily favored in that game, and I just could never get good at it. It's just unreal. Like Tetris Attack, Puzzle League, like all of those, Dr. Mario. I've speedrun all of them, but I just cannot get good at Puyo Puyo. I don't know why.
I don't understand that either. Like I would have just assumed you would totally wreck shop in Puyo Puyo because it's so straightforward in comparison to the other ones.
Like the puzzle game aspects of like Layton, I would be fine with, but yeah, just I can't seem to get good at Puyo Puyo, and I don't know why. It's like a weakness.
Is it
really
because
wish I was?
Is it somehow because it's like connect? Do you have to connect 4 in Puyo Puyo? Is it 4?
I don't remember right now. Now that I'm on the spot, I did before you asked, and I could have told you immediately. Because it's baffling to me. Because even a Puzzle Fighter, like Puzzle Fighter 2, like I was able to do it like really well. But Puyo Puyo, which I think Puzzle Fighter's not all that like the philosophy behind it isn't all that different from Puyo Puyo, but. Yeah, I could never get good with it. So maybe, hopefully, Kasiori is like, actually, it's a Puyo clone. No,
it's different. It's different. Because we be breaking them bottles, boy.
Yeah. Girls battle with Sweet's falling block puzzle with single play 1P versus and 2P versus mode. Total of 8 character up here.
And the 8 character are cute. I love them so much.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look into it. It's beautiful. It reminds me a lot of the games that used to I would compare them to when RPG Maker games were released all the time. It like the presentation, like with the main menu and all that, kind of look a lot like those like Steam games that would come around, like Reciteer and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and like Orange Juice.
Yeah, 100% Orange Juice or something.
Yeah, it kind of looks makes me think about those kinds of releases way back when, or Rabby Ribby.
Yeah, like those super cute, super vibrant.
Yeah,
a little bit jank.
Yeah,
but fun just because.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It is kind of in that same vein. But yeah, Kasiori, definitely. If you like puzzle games, give it a shot for this summer.
I definitely will.
Yeah, got any others?
One that I thought about was Persona 3, 4, and 5, based on like whoever like the age range of like the person that first plays it for the first time.
Oh, interesting.
Like for me, like Persona 4 is definitely the one where a lot of it takes place during the summer months and like the hotter season, but it's also like the one that like, and for some it's Persona 3, and for some I'm sure it was Persona 5, where it's the one that you really sat down through the summer break and playing through it, and it's a lot of the gameplay kind of fits around the time of the age range that plays it at that point, with like schedules, friends, and the camaraderie that you would often have among the cast. Really, like, because Persona 4 definitely felt like that with me, with the way that the characters bounced off each other, the dialogue, the like it definitely played most into the power of friendship versus the other games. But it definitely was the super funny. And yeah, the time that you put into it, it definitely was a fun summer game, and a lot of it taking place in like Inaba, has a lot of the setting kind of stick out as well.
Yeah, it does kind of have like a summery setting, just a laid back small town.
Yeah. And of course has the every one of the games I believe has like the good old anime summer beach scenes.
Yeah, the quintessential. We need it.
Is that still a trope these days? I don't actually know.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, like I feel like I don't hear about it as much, so like I wonder if they don't do it as much. But yeah, like a lot of because I know for some of the anime that I used to watch that they wouldn't have summer episode or beach episodes in the main series, but during the DVD or Blu-ray releases they would add one.
Yeah, during like the OVA or something.
Yeah, they would throw in a beach episode that would be like post ending. I think the what was it? I can't remember. It was a psychology anime, and they had a beach episode that was added to the DVD Blu-ray release after. But yeah, but Persona definitely has a lot of that kind of like feel for me, because I think that's when I first started really getting into the Shin Megami Tensei series in general.
Oh.
So like Devil Survivor and that kind of stuff. But yeah, the Persona games, because I know a lot of people like spent their summer playing like Persona 5, and I could definitely remember around the time like Pokemon, which I guess it would also fit. Like
Pokemon would fit here.
Yeah, like that was. I'm surprised I did not think of that one before this exact moment. Pokemon would definitely fit. Like one of them literally takes place in Hawaii.
One is literally criticized for having too much water.
Yeah. Yeah. And it has the hot trumpets and
the trumpets.
I think it's the one that has the most famous desert portion as well as the Gen 3.
Yeah. Oh yeah, kids, totally play Pokemon.
Yeah.
Play Persona, but also play Pokemon.
Yeah, because there was a lot of summers spent on like GameFAQs and with Gen 4, just because it was the first one with online as well. So just like spending all like day and night and summer just like playing online versus people and trading, learning about the mechanics, because it was also around the era where a lot of fan sites were actually a thing. So you would see people like with their own like unique forums, chat rooms when IRC was still like everywhere, things like that. So it was definitely like a more tight-knit like community that you don't really see these days, like especially Animal Crossing. Going back to that, like all the Animal Crossing forums and chat rooms and websites that people made. Like I think I even made a few. Kid Cat World was one that I made back when I was a kid for like Animal Crossing. Yeah, and then we would make like a IRC chat room in there. It was like my first attempt before like other like forums that we would make. It was so exciting. Yeah,
I don't even remember that one.
Yeah. So yeah, it was. Yeah, so just like a lot of like these like community games, I guess, kind of have a theme with it where there would be like big communities involved with some of these games.
And you can definitely spend your summer, doing that, just delving into that, because there's so much content and so many people to be in the community with.
I guess one genre I'd never really thought about associating with it was like the MMO genre. Like spending your summer, like RuneScape, Trickster, Latale, like Maple
the days, the free MMO days.
You just like every like weekend, just download a new one and give that one a shot.
You can totally. These days, you might do that with like gacha games, but back in the day,
yeah, like honestly, it does kind of feel like that. That gacha games kind of like taken what the role MMOs used to take.
Yeah, kind of. Maybe even to a bigger scale.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, even like World of Warcraft is going back to like the classics. I think is like the more popular than the modern. Even like has even a bigger player base.
I thought you were about to say now even World of Warcraft is about to become a waifu gacha game.
They did Hearthstone.
I'm out of touch. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. I made a mistake.
Take me back to the 70s.
Take me back to the 70s where I belong. I'm gonna go watch Gotcha Man.
Yeah, as always, my tangent going way veer off. So let's go back to your next one.
True enough. Let's see here. And I think this is one that both of us can really enjoy. Because maybe even you more so, I hope. Because I'm thinking about Chrono Cross.
Oh, wow, yeah.
For those who don't know, our boy Blue Infinity 22 speed runs Chrono Cross.
He says with disbelief. How on earth?
How did you not think about this game that you spent thousands of hours thinking about?
Yeah.
It's like summer. That's all 24/7, 365 days a year.
Yeah.
But you know what it is? It got that good summer vibe. It got that. Just play it for like 5 minutes and you'll be all like, oh, it's summer.
Oh yeah, and, like the instrumentation, like it just complements the tropical like area, because like honestly, like most of the game takes place in the more like hot areas and just tons of forests.
You got all these islands. Like the world map is a dang old just world of sailing on blue ocean.
Yeah, honestly, like a lot of the PS1 RPGs could fit it. Like just like thinking like Legend of Mana is another one that like in a similar vein, just like all sorts of like tropical, lush like instrumentations, like really complementing it. I think even with Legend of Mana, it has the like nature spirits as well. And yeah, like Chrono Cross with its focus on like environment and the spirits, like yeah, it's just really good game for that kind of thing. And again, just like going with like similar with the Persona, just the investment that you sit down and really come to like explore and experience the world and how it's built, the rules of it, and just really admire the environments. Because it was also in that time when like the world building was like really at its like peak, like with the PS1 era stuff, because it's just like so much of like detail, because a lot of it's like watercolors and like painting, and like the backgrounds are full like written images that are drawn as opposed to like 3D modeled. So like you really get to see the colors and the environments really pop out and lush.
Yeah, no, I agree. We're talking about Chrono Cross, or
yeah,
so yeah, with Chrono Cross, it does have a really cool mixture of like the 3D pre-rendered backgrounds as well as like the 2D stuff, just kind of hand drawn, hand painted, like that really like grab you. Because when I was playing it, I was playing on the original PlayStation, and so it's like I don't know what it looks like in HD, but seeing it on like the original like PlayStation stuff, it's kind of mind blowing.
They don't have any of that stuff anymore, so like they had to like AI upscale the like existing game as opposed to being able to get the original assets, because those are all gone. So like you could really appreciate a lot of the visuals to it in the original when it's on like a CRT, and you get to see like the details blend, and it's really nice.
Yeah. Oh no, the backgrounds are gorgeous. The water looks so good, and I just can't get enough of the Yasunori Mitsuda music.
Yeah.
I could really just chill on the world map and just kind of stay there. I don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah, definitely.
And so you know what I did last summer? World map of Chrono Cross. That's all.
My first ever YouTube video started off with the world map for the Another World.
Iconic. That's all. Iconic. Summer icon. That. But do you have another pick, Blue?
This is kind of on the nose. Kingdom Hearts 2 starts in summer vacation.
Yeah, it does. It does. And it does kind of break my heart every time I have to listen to Roxas say, I guess my summer vacation's over.
Yeah, I guess my summer vacation is over.
Riku,
yeah, it is. Disney, hell yeah. So they're dancing with like the And they just wanted to go to the beach.
They just wanted to go to the beach. Then they never did.
Just like
until spoiler alert, Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yep.
That was actually like, honestly, that part of the ending of Kingdom Hearts 3 was actually peak.
He finally gets it. He finally gets it, my man. He did it. But at what cost?
What cost? Oh, just that guy that he had to revive. I guess my summer vacation is starting. Sora disappears.
The whole Kingdom Hearts series could like especially with me, because it really is my favorite game series like ever, and like I could like talk about it for literally like nonstop. Like it's just such an incredible series to me that and it seems like as time goes on, less and less people, or at the very least, like when it comes to like the discussions about it, seem to enjoy the games, or it's like pretty common for not really enjoying like how it tells a story. But I think it's really been a lot of fun, kind of like how it tells a story. And the summer vacation part really kind of like it's kind of like a time capsule for that kind of for just the series as a whole, because you started off and you're just like, I have no idea who these people are or what's going on, and Roxas kind of fits the player pretty well in that aspect too, or even he's kind of like, wait, what am I doing?
What the heck is going on? Who am I? What's a Sora?
Yeah, and just outside of it, like a lot of people I feel like enjoyed the Kingdom Hearts games over summer break as well, because they were really big. Like they kind of did well in like as like the next step for like the PS1 RPGs going into the PS2 era, and like they really exploded. Like they hit the ground running. And yeah, the games are just fantastic. They're tons of fun, lots of character. The soundtrack is amazing.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, because I know a lot of them I did play over summer break, like Kingdom Hearts 1, and then I would also do it with friends as well and family. Like I borrowed Kingdom Hearts 2 originally and played it over the summer break as well. It's just such a great series, like definitely. And then yeah, like, and again, on the note, it takes place in summer vacation.
Funny thing about Kingdom Hearts 2, it was like one of the first games I want to say that I ever pre-ordered.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I can't say that.
Yeah, I definitely pre-ordered Kingdom Hearts 2, and I got like the Prima guide with it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I still have that sitting around somewhere, and you bet that I actually like 100%ed Kingdom Hearts 2. I never actually 100% any games for the most part, but Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 on the PS2.
Yeah,
I did.
Reasonable for those too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I probably would not do it again, because again, the synthesis stuff, kind of no thank you. Kind of no thank you.
Oh yeah.
But back when you're a kid, it's summer. You just like to be in this magical world as much as you can. And I'd say that, like, in my opinion, like 1 and 2, the magic feels real.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's something very magical about that. One, like Kingdom Hearts 1 does such a good job establishing like the logic, the whimsy of the storytelling. Mm-hmm. And Kingdom Hearts 2 is a pretty good progression of that.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, they are fun to play, and it's fun to be around these characters, and it's such a cool crossover. Like when it's trying to be a crossover, Kingdom Hearts isn't always trying to be a crossover.
Yeah, each game definitely does have its own unique spin on how the crossover is represented. Like 1 and 2 being the most clear contrast, where the first one is more platforming and world exploring and world building and magic, while the second one is more combat focused with more of the Final Fantasy side, like kind of kicking in. Mm-hmm. Chain of Memories being that middle ground, and each game can kind of fit under it. Like with 3, it was definitely going back more to like the first game's kind of spin on it, and so it definitely like doesn't waste the crossover. Like, it doesn't feel like it was clearly like through the whole series. Yeah, it was clearly just one guy from the Final Fantasy side like really leading it. No, it does feel like it gives good equal time throughout the series. Like, some games may veer more one way than the other, but it does feel like you cannot remove the two in any capacity and it still work, I feel like.
Yeah, at the very least, I would not want to see Kingdom Hearts as not a crossover, because it is part of the charm, being able to see how these things mix.
I'm excited to see Goofy in the real world in 4.
Goof. Oh yeah, the real Goof.
Yeah,
hyper realistic Goofy.
He's like, Max, I'm home. I had a long day.
That's where Max was the entire time.
He's in Goofy's humble apartment. It's like, Max, I fought the door to darkness.
I've seen the light.
I've seen the light. I know now, Maxie, that Kingdom Hearts is light. We get it, Dad.
I get it, Dad. Gosh.
What do you think, Donna? Yeah, I'm interested to see where it goes now that the first saga is done, to see where they go. Like, I don't know if he's getting like, I know he felt huge burnout for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a big game. It's a big game, so I understand.
Yeah. So I wonder if like going into 4 and it's like a new saga with like a fresh kind of start, if that might help a bit, because I know a lot of like game developers that have been like veterans are really starting to feel like the burnout of just like that's all they do. Like Miyamoto, he stepped away after the 64 era, just as like an overseer and like a producer, because he's just like he felt that too, and like Iwata, even Sakurai to an extent. Just like a lot of the veterans like trying to get new faces, new ideas. So like, because like Kingdom Hearts, he definitely said that he was like kind of feeling how long it's been going and what feeling kind of stuck. So like even Kintsugi Mori, he also like really lamented how much he's like only been doing like Pokemon and wanting to kind of like expand a bit, but it's just been kind of like stuck with it because there's no one really else who could give that kind of perspective, because he was one of the originals. So yeah, so I'm wondering how the Kingdom Hearts will go, if it'll kind of like bring like a fresh like new wind to him, or if he's going to like kind of like want to pass it off like now that it's a new saga. Yeah,
he might have like a co-director to kind of pass the torch to. Yeah,
like Kojima is another one where after the second one he wanted to step away, but no one was able to really continue it, so he decided to do 3 as a way of getting new staff to kind of understand how Metal Gear is. And then with 4 he ended up still having to stay with it after he was like really wanted to kind of step away from it. So yeah, I wonder like how the industry might evolve through that, because that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, seeing what somebody else might be able to do with Kingdom Hearts, or if he does start if Nomura does start getting that second wind on the series.
He'll get his like much needed summer vacation from working like nonstop.
he needs somebody to be his short Sora to his Roxas.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's see here. So your pick was Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. Awesome choices. But I do want to bring it to another action RPG series that I especially like and have liked for a long time. And I think you've got some taste of it. Let's bring it to the Tales of series.
Oh
yeah, Tales of, and specifically for me, I would choose Tales of Legendia, which is actually one of my favorites.
Did I watch you stream that once? I want to say.
I don't think I streamed it because I haven't actually played Tales of Legendia much since we were in middle school.
Yeah, it was back when I wonder if maybe it was your brother.
Maybe. Well, we did an interesting thing with Legendia. because my brother was in college and, you know, I was still in middle school. So the way we would experience Tales of Legendia together is that whenever we played it, we would actually like record it on a VCR connected to our CRTs and then pass it to each other along with the game so that the other could like progress it.
You're a Let's Player before it was even a thing.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, but it was funny because like the us doing that did give us sort of a seamless experience of playing the game together, even though it's we weren't playing it at the same time, and it's a single player game. Tales of games had a history before Legendia of actually being multiplayered. Yeah, so that was a pretty unique experience. But as for summer, Tales of Legendia, the setting is on a large boat. It is a very big boat. And you play as the Alliance Marine, Sentinel Coolidge. So it does give you that tropical summery sense. And oh my gosh, the soundtrack, the unsung composer of Tales of Legendia, because Tales of Legendia was not especially popular, but I'd say that it has some of the best music in the series because you know, I like my Motoi Sakuraba, who does music for, you know, the Tales of series. I think he also did Baten Kaitos, Star Ocean. But
that is an accomplished composer.
He does a lot, and he's fantastic. But Tales of Legendia had Go Sheena, and he brought so much life to this boat. I loved it so much. It has such a he makes a whole lot of use of really dense harmonies. So it gets a whole lot of big use of an entire orchestra, and it's really lively. Oh, I love it so much. Do check out just the Tales of Legendia soundtrack. Where It Is Beacon, one of the best just town songs, and I think possibly JRPGs on the PS2.
It's another one of yours, just lay back and just listening to the soundtrack.
Absolutely, because it's so fun. I could be laying down on the beach eating some shaved ice, and I just want to be jamming to this. Yeah, Tales of Legendia, actually one of my favorite Tales of games, and I do love my Tales of series.
Yeah, I need to play a few more of them. I'm planning on doing 1 and 2 for PS3. I think it's it Berseria?
Berseria? Yeah, Berseria was on PS3, but if you're talking about games that are like sequels...
Exilia.
Exilia, yeah.
Yeah, I have 1 and 2's collector's editions that are still in their plastic, and I plan on playing both of them.
Ooh, another summer game, hey! Yeah,
because like I really wanted to play them, and this is a really good time to be able to finally sit down and really dig it. Because I hear they're really well received.
Oh yeah, like especially when it comes to sequels, the Tales of sequels aren't usually especially well received, but Exilia 2
that's an understatement, I feel like.
Exilia 2 is pretty well beloved. It has its own unique story and characters, and even its own unique way of telling the story. And all of it's compelling, and the way it progresses the stories of the previous game's characters does a whole lot of respect to the people who like them.
That is also something that's not very common in terms of sequels.
Wink, wink. Tales of Symphonia. I don't mean to throw shade at Tales of Symphonia 2, because I do actually really like that game. I know that's not popular. I know that's not popular. But I like it. I liked it as well. I like it, darn it. I think Marta's adorable, and I like Emil's character growth, darn it.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Like, it's like obviously it's not like flawless. And like,
Oh yeah, it definitely has its flaws.
I can definitely understand everyone's perspective. Like there's a lot of really good fair videos that people have made. You know, just kind of like really tearing into it, but a lot of it like is very easy to see why they feel the way they do. But I really did enjoy Marta a lot. Like I thought she was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I adore her, and I like turned on the game recently, and when she hit us with the line of "Will you save me again?" my heart melted. I said, "Marta, I will save you every time."
And then she yelled, "You're a man, speak up."
And then my inner Johnny said, "Get good."
Okay. Courage is the magic that turns things into reality. So, man, that's a great line. I can't wait for the next 58 times. Yeah, I liked the gameplay a lot. I know it really heavily favored like aerial stuff, which kind of shot it in the foot because so many have super armor, so you can't even do that. So there's a lot of issues with it, but yeah, I definitely enjoyed my time with it.
Yeah, definitely, I'm with you there. But this isn't the Tales of hot takes. If you need one, if you do need a Tales of game that gets you the feeling of summer, I definitely say give your PS2 Tales of Legendia.
Yeah.
Do you have any others, Blue?
One that's like, I don't know if it's necessarily summer, but it's one that like I as a kid, like a little infant, little blue infinity. I really enjoyed the Mario Golf 64 a lot.
Oh, that is pretty summery.
Yeah, like because like my a friend of the family at the time, like he in his trailer, we would always visit here and there. We would like just bring cartridges, but he would have Mario Golf, and he was incredibly good at it for no reason. It's like a scary degree how good he was, and we were just like fascinated with it. And then it was just like a lot of like how accessible and like fantastic presentation Mario Golf was, and so it was a really good game to have with like over the summer with like friends over, and we do Smash Bros, Mario Kart, Mario Golf, and it's also one of the few Nintendo games where you can actually make fun of and insult your opponents. They actually had it for one more game in Mario Golf series for Toadstool Tour. You can use the C buttons when it's not your turn to harass whoever's playing.
Yeah, I actually didn't know that they stopped doing that because I didn't actually play any Mario Golfs after the GameCube.
Yeah, they completely removed it. Like it was only in
it's like, what? I can't talk trash anymore, Nintendo. Gosh.
Yeah, like it was so funny how much trash talk was in Toadstool 2 because they really raised it from the 64. 64 was like already, but like none of the C buttons I think was ever like complimentary. It was all insults. And for Toadstool 2, where they not only like raised it up, but they made the game itself make fun of you if you took too long to hit. A boo would come across the screen and be like, "Did you lose your controller? Like, hurry up! Other people want to play. Like, will you ever hit the ball?" And just, like, the game itself will just harass you, and it was like perfect for like the summer season.
Like a boo just comes up on the screen like, "Yo, mama."
Yeah, literally, like it actually did that.
Like they just programmed pure toxicity.
Yeah,
for Mario Golf. Yeah, I'd love to have that all summer.
Yeah, and like all the courses are like very heavy summer theme as well. Like a lot of them are always lush greens, jungles, deserts, tropical. So like they were very like great to the eye as well. It was like almost as tropical as like Billy Hatcher at the time too.
Oh, Billy Hatcher.
Yeah. There's just like lots of like I don't know, like the GameCube games, like really a lot of them really did like kind of stick with like a lot of summer theming with a lot of their games.
Oh yeah, a lot of summer, a lot of beaches. I think they like to show off their water. I think it's like they wanted to show off the water.
Yeah,
shaders.
I guess like with the Dreamcast is the same era, because like that was the reason why Sonic Adventure was the way it was, because the Dreamcast had like the best water effects of all four consoles at the time, and that's why a lot of their games had a ton of water through like all of their titles. and yeah, like it really showed. And yeah, that whole like generation really was like a heavy emphasis on that kind of thing, and so it was very comfy. And so yeah, Mario Golf though, definitely unique, that they never really went back to like these days, because it was such a unique feel, and it was really cool over the summer to be able to play it a lot.
Oh yeah, I totally agree, man. And like, again, and you know, it kind of comes with golf. You can't really play golf during not summer.
Yeah,
so kind of naturally, it is like inherently a summery game, and it was definitely one. It was definitely a game that I played during the summer when I was a kid. You know, along with like Mario Tennis. You know,
like the Mario sports games, just like it really like took. I feel like it really was one of the best at the accessibility for like a sports game, because like I would never play golf games or tennis games or any of that, but for some reason like the Mario tennis and golf games were just so easy to get into, and like just like it would have a low barrier of entry but a high skill ceiling, because like in Toadstool Tour you could even put like top spins and slices, or no, slices is the tennis term, but like to put them in, but you wouldn't really know or need to know to still enjoy it. But once you did, like it was incredibly fun. And even in the 64 game, for whatever reason, like it was so like in depth with it that you can hold the Z button and you can choose where on the ball that your club is going to hit.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and so it's just like the skill ceiling was like so high, but the barrier of entry was so low, and it was like such like ahead of its time in like design, I feel like, in like the where they would eventually like really go into that kind of philosophy in the Wii era. So yeah, like I don't know, like it's kind of like a lesser example of summer, but it's one where it really was like a heavy summer thing for me.
No, I totally agree. I think that's a great one. But I do want to take things a little bit further past the GameCube and talk about a game on the Wii. So like during the summer, I do have this particular thing with that also applies with my brother, is that we do kind of like to go into horror games a little, have a little test of courage, so to speak, which is something that you do during the summer, I think, in Japan. Quote me on that. But this game isn't exactly a horror game, but it definitely has a little bit of a spoopy feel, but definitely a summer setting. In my opinion, I am going to choose Fragile Dreams, Farewell Ruins of the Moon. Do you know this one?
I do not.
Fragile Dreams, it's very interesting. So it's kind of like an adventure game. You have like a flashlight, you play as Johnny Young Bosch. And it's like a post-apocalyptic.
Crazy.
It's gorgeous. In my opinion, it has to be one of the most gorgeous games on the system.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I did not expect this.
But yeah, it kind of has like janky survival horror combat. But a lot of it had a sequel. I had no idea.
Either it does or somebody is like trolling, but like because I'm just doing a quick Google and
I don't. If it has a sequel, it never came out here, but Fragile Dreams did come out here. It's a little bit on the spooky side, but it does kind of encompass both in the test of courage side of the summer, but also it does give us a pretty decent amount of summer imagery. You get to see like these firefly filled nightscapes in a post-apocalyptic time. Definitely summery. And then when the sun's out, it's bright and you kind of want to walk around. It's a little bit overcast, and your goal is to find this girl that was really cute. Also, I'm not sure if there's any other humans around because it is post-apocalyptic. A lot of people are dead. I spend a whole lot of time hanging out with a radio that talks with me. So it's a pretty lonely game, honestly. It does delve a whole lot into psychology of characters that you kind of meet posthumously because you read diary notes and
Isolation.
recordings, of people who are going through it, and you're just kind of motivated to explore this world just so you could find someone.
Yeah.
So it's a really fascinating game to go through. Feels really good during the summer. Get that a slight chill down your spine because it's a little bit spoopy.
I don't know if it's similar. Some of the art reminds me a lot of Trace Memory.
Trace Memory. Ooh.
Or it's now called Another Code.
Yeah. I don't know if they're related, but I kind of see where you're coming from. It has that cell shading to it. It's pretty similar cell shading of that time. But yeah,
it's very pretty.
I do know that Fragile Dreams does kind of go for a pretty high price these days if you're trying to get it physically. But if you're able to play it in some way, don't tell me, and I won't tell anybody. Do try to play it during the summer. It's a great, beautiful game.
Someone's selling the cover art. So the cover art only $8, $5 delivery.
Oh, and hey, that's cheap for like cover art. That's cheap.
Yeah, it reminds me of when people would sell cases for games just on its own for like the rare games. It would be like, here's the case for this rare game.
$30.
Yeah, the art's gorgeous.
Beautiful game.
Something I look into.
Yep. But yeah, you got any games to follow that up, Blue?
It makes me think of like when I'm looking at this game of a lot of the more niche titles that you would see on the DS, like like Trace Memory or what is it called? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. It reminded me a lot of like the Earthbound sprite style. I can't remember what it's called.
Was it Contact?
So I think something like that. Yeah, Contact, The World Ends With You, just like games that were like really trying to be a little more like out there versus like everything else that was around the time. And just like you'd be able to go into like game stores when the summer starts and just like finding a lot of these games for like pretty cheap. Like I got Trace Memory for like $4. Like at a
that's
GameStop.
Really good. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And so like you just like sit there and you would just like really get to try all these things. Or Luminous Arc was another one that I got for like $3.
Dang.
Yeah. And so it's just like a lot of like really creative anime. Or Hyperdimension Neptunia was another one that I got around that time, though that's not on DS, but like just like the same kind of like idea of it. Or Disgaea 3. So it's just like a lot of like I guess like it would be pretty comparable to like Steam summer sales back in like, where you would just go into like a GameStop and just go through like their used sections and just like get a bunch that you would just like spend your whole summer just like playing through and trying out different games for like really cheap, because like used games were really, really cheap back then.
So, oh my gosh, like you can hardly find an interesting game under $10 physically anymore.
Yeah, like now it's like everything.
But back in the day, like, man, those GameStop sales that were buy two get one free.
Yeah,
they were the realest, man. They were the realest. Yeah. That's how we got so many games.
Yeah, and they knew it was because they made it a big deal back then. Like, it would be the first thing you'd see. It'd be plastered everywhere. Because I think it actually did happen during summers, right?
Oh, it had to. They wanted our allowances, dude.
Yeah, and so like that's where I like get a lot of these like really like niche stuff that wouldn't really take off, and you'd make last like Pandora Hearts I think was another one around that time.
Oh, and that's so hard to get now.
Yeah, like now with like everything is just so well known now, because you won't like the days of like going to like a yard sale and seeing a really rare NES game for like $3 is just gone. Like
it's gone.
You don't get to see that kind of thing. Yeah, just like those kinds of things were just really fun to be able to do. Like I really enjoyed being those kinds of summers to just really sit down and enjoy things like especially with like, oh god, man, it keeps going back to the GameCube era, like just
because it was the time, man. It was the time.
Yeah, there's something about the GameCube when it comes to like summer stuff. Like,
yeah, you could go through so much on the GameCube. You could go to like Mario Sunshine. You could go to like Wind Waker, because that's some gorgeous water. And like both of those, you just wanna suck it up. Hope it tastes like Baja Blast.
Really? No, that's irrelevant. I thought I had just like a fun fact that I thought of. It's irrelevant to the summer thing.
But I do have one more game that I think I would be remiss to mention, because I probably need to mention the series. Like, a lot of the things I talk about already, I'm going to be talking about this series a lot. And I'm going to say Blue Reflection, specifically Second Light, because one, I love every character in that game, but also it does take place during the summer. Even though it has a school setting, it's a little bit different in that it still takes place during the summer. You're kind of in a different world, but you're trying to also figure out the weird mystery of why this world exists and why all the cute girls have amnesia.
Yeah, the very first thing that comes up when I Google is the summer outfits for pre-order and digital deluxe edition.
Man, don't even get me started on the pre-order stuff that I cannot get.
It's a very pretty game.
So like Blue Reflection 1 and 2 are probably one of the most gorgeous games I own. I might even say 1 in some respects looks better than 2, but 2 plays a little bit better. Because they went nuts with all the with some of the visual compositions in the first game. Just walking down the hallway of the school in the first game just feels like, whoa. Like they're going nuts with all the lighting, the shaders.
Yeah, the effects look great. There's this one screenshot of one of them with like a giant barreled gun.
It definitely has its sense of humor that I think is a gem. But these games will always come with my 100% recommendations. Some of the best stories I have seen. I love the cast. You will have an opportunity to love everyone, but you can still choose your favorite. I did. I love Hinata. But I don't actually like doing synthesis and crafting stuff, but this game made me want to do it. Like Second Light made me want to do it because the way that it ties the crafting to permanent stat buffs, as well as gratifying you with cutscenes, actual cutscenes, fully directed cutscenes, not just visual novel style, but it's like actual cutscenes, and there's a lot. And they're well written, they're funny, and they're heartwarming. Just perfect. Play during the summer. Blue Reflection Second Light. You can actually play Blue Reflection Second Light without playing the first game. That's how solid the writing is. But you are definitely gratified for playing, to actually go through every entry in the franchise. So you'll even get enrichment from watching the anime, which is its own story, but also it gives you information on characters in Second Light. But also Second Light continues the story arc of the main character of the first game, but they explain enough for you to understand why she's so important. So good, so solid. 10 out of 10 game. Definitely play Blue Reflection Second Light during the summer, because I know I will. Turn it on again because I just bought some DLC for it because that's on sale right now.
Oh, is it?
Is it? Oh, you bet I got those bathing suits, bad.
I'm looking to see if it is on sale. Maybe.
But the DLC does come with more story, more crafting things. Yeah. But anyway. Yep.
Yeah, it's 60% off right now. Second Light. Yeah, I'll probably pick it up then.
Yeah, try it out. That goes to all of you. Try out that game. try out every game that we listed. Try out going back into 2007 GameStop and go into a GameCube sale. Buy two, get one free. Do that. Yeah. Time travel to that time. And do that this summer. Well, anyway, that's probably a good place for us to stop. Blue, do you have anything to plug? Where can we find you, buddy?
I've started to regularly stream again, mostly speedruns on twitch.tv/blueinfinity22. I also do it simultaneously on YouTube if that's more your style, because sometimes the layout for either one has a preference, so I've been doing that.
Awesome, man. And of course, you can subscribe to the Pixel Smacchan channel where you're watching this, and if you haven't subscribed to us already, go ahead and action smack that subscribe button. But you can also subscribe to the Action Smacchan main channel, and you can listen to me talk about tokusatsu, Henshin Heroes, and just kind of chilling. And you could also follow me on Twitter at Action Smacchan, also at Action Smacchan on Instagram. I'd love to share pictures with you. Well, anyway, thank you all so much for being here, and I will see you in the next Smacchan Pact adventure.